Alright, here's a problem I've had to deal with for a while. You see, I'm a big fan of physicalism, which is the idea that everything is physical. So, everything in the world is either matter or energy. There's no Cartesian dualism, there's no, world of mental substances, there's no supernatural realm, so there's no ghosts. There's none of that. One of my reasons is that it's impossible to imagine what a non-physical thing would even look like, because for something to exist it has to take up space, right? But non-physical stuff doesn't take up space. So what the heck would a non-physical substance around you look like? Well, if you could see it, then it's no longer entirely unphysical. It has now a physical manifestation all of a sudden. The problem I came into, though, that I've been trying to deal with and figure out, is what to do with purely abstract stuff. For instance, you can't touch math. Math doesn't physically manifest itself. But, so, really the only way I could root it in physicalism still is that math's physical existence, its real existence, exists anywhere where it is thought, potentially thought, and recorded. So math exists in our heads, inside computers, and on paper. That's where its physical existence comes from. But we've all agreed to certain rules about math which allow us to interact with it almost as if it's in another realm, it is in our realm. It exists physically in the way I would describe. But even though it is purely abstract, social constructs are difficult too. Another thing I've had to deal with trying to have physicalism and social constructs. For instance, I believe the government's a social construct. You can't touch the government. The government does not appear to physically exist. But the physical existence of the government is in the heads of people who believe the government exists, which is everybody, just about. So the electrical chemical stuff in your head is the physical root of government, and people's actions and the physical stuff that they create is a physical root of government. So, while I don't believe government property is the government itself, it is more of the cause of the belief inside our heads that government exists. So the belief in our heads, the electrical chemical reactions in our heads, is the physical root of a purely abstract thing that allows people to create physical manifestations of this belief. So even though government doesn't exist normally, like physically, like you can't really touch government. Government's a belief. It's a very strong belief, but it has physical roots in the brain, and it leads to physical manifestations outside of our brain. So that's why I have a hard time understanding it myself, because it seems to be really nuanced, and nuanced stuff is hard to understand. So yes, that's if any of you know more about this topic, please tell me in the comments, because I'm trying to make physicalism work in a universe that has purely abstract stuff like math and philosophy and social constructs, and it's difficult. So yeah, please in the comments comment if you know more about this kind of stuff.